This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning in to another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. This is another weekly review of the NBA. Folks, I want to talk about the dunk heard around the league this week. Anthony Edwards dunked it on John Collins, and more. Let's analyze. Folks, Anthony Edwards rose up. He dunked it on John Collins, and everybody, he said that was his highlight of his career, his best dunk to date, and all of that. And I'm hearing about it. I'm hearing, I don't know what I was doing. I heard the ESPN Anthony Edwards with the dunk of the year. And then I'm like, did I miss something? I saw the highlight. I'm like, did I miss something? Folks, when did we get soft? But when did we start taking people off the hook on the NBA? I'm of the generation. I saw Michael Jordan play, jumping over people. I saw Vince Carter jumping over people. And Ant-Man is the real deal, no question. And I would say maybe he's my second best player, maybe, behind one Jalen Brunson right now. But to me, folks, come here, NBA fans. Come here. Timberwolves fans, I'm talking to you, to my guy Dave, my guy. Folks, huge Timberwolves fan he is. Folks, that was not a dunk. You ready? If you didn't hear it, that was not a dunk. See, this started when Dwight Howard did it, when he did the Superman dunk, and then he threw the ball in the rim, and they counted as a dunk. See, a dunk is when, if you look at the poster, go look at my thumbnail, all right? If you look at the poster, they just show him like the when he's up in the air, but he never booms it into the rim. It's not a dunk. You want to call it a layup? That's what it was. He laid it up. All right, that was not a dunk. And everybody, that was the dunk of the year. That was not a dunk. I'm sorry, that was not a dunk. But what do you say, NBA fans? I'm calling you to the mat, the carpet. What's going on with you guys? That was a dunk? That was not a dunk. That was impressive. That was not a dunk. Ant-Man, that was not a dunk. Now, as we review the week that was, and Anthony Edwards says that he was going to give John Collins signed a jersey. All right, cool. Now, did you also see this week James Harden? What was James Harden doing? He passed the ball to Kawhi Leonard, and then he then decides to go play defense. Now, truth be told, I'm not an NBA player. I've never even, I didn't play on my high school team. I played, with my boys and things like that. I was a decent ball player back in the day, years ago. Had the handle, could hit the three. I could do my thing a little bit, But I had a similar issue one time. Now, I was playing street ball with a friend, and something happened where it was because when you get the ball in street ball, if you don't score, you tap it back out. If your teammate has the ball, they can go right back up if the ball didn't hit the rim or anything like that. It was like a defensive play. And I remember it vividly because everybody killed me for it. Yo, you blocked your own teammate. So I'm like, yeah, I could see how that happens. That's why players wear different different jerseys. So same, and the colors, and you're like, wait, that's not my teammate. But I ended up blocking my own teammate in street ball. And then he was like, yo, you blocked me. And I was like, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's what happened with James Harden, though. James Harden, I don't know what he was doing. But, when you're up 20, versus the Blazers, I guess you can mess around like that. Definitely threw Kawhi Leonard for a loop for sure. Now, the week did start off with the game winner by Kyrie Irving. And I got a question for you basketball fans and aficionados. Is Kyrie Irving the most skilled player in this NBA, in this generation? I mean, I was thinking, because I'm a lefty, all right? And so, and I always played as if they're going to push me to my right, and my handle got, to the point where I could handle the press. I'm not to some degree, like I was all right. I got better and better as I've gotten older with my right, no question. But it was, Kyrie Irving, man. It's always been a marvel to me how he scores so easily. And the other person that I saw do it recently, within the last, I want to say 10, 15 years, was Kobe. Kobe Bryant scoring easily with his left hand. I saw Michael Jordan do it years ago, and people were like, nah. I was like, yeah, he did. Michael Jordan, I don't know what the injury was, but he proceeded. I think it was against the Cavs back in the 90s, or I'm not even going to tell you because I don't, whatever. Yeah, it was like in the early 90s. He was going off on them with his left because his right hand was injured. I think Kyrie Irving, say what you will, flat earth and all the drama that has followed him. This guy, to me, he has got to be one of the most gifted, hardworking, and most skilled player. Man, it's incredible what Kyrie Irving can do. It's going to be interesting to see. Can the Mavericks compete? For those of you wondering, by the way, where was I? These last few days, no videos. I'm under the weather. Flu season got me, but I'm here. So Kyrie Irving, definitely, I think, he's tops for the most gifted and skilled players in this league. Footwork, insane. There's another player that I believe should be in the conversation as skills, footwork. I heard this week, Draymond Green called him a 3-level scorer. Who am I talking about? Knicks fans, talking about one Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson, folks. He's a 3-level scorer. He is finally getting his just due, no question about it. But there was something that was brought up. First of all, coaches like Mike Brown, coaches like Steve Kerr, coaches like Greg Popovich. The list goes on and on. They had high praise for Jalen Brunson, no question about it. But it was asked on. I was watching Friday's First Take, and Perk and Stephen A. They brought up this topic, and it said, who would you take ahead of Jalen Brunson, point guard in this NBA. And I was shocked. I was shocked, y'all. You know, I was shocked because just a few months ago in the play-in tournament, the NBA world was going nuts. Stephen A as well, going nuts over Tyrese Halliburton. And I stood by myself. A lot of people in my chats, Sam, you're bugging. I'm taking Tyrese Halliburton over Brunson. And you know what was my go-to? And which is going to go to my go-to in this argument between Jalen Brunson versus Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Is this. People were saying Halliburton. I'm like, you're bugging. Brunson takes his lunch money every day, all day. Sorry, it is what it is. And Shai Gilgeous is a two-time All-Star. He's leading the league over 40, 30-point games. Excuse me. All right. Shout out to that cough button. Over 30, 40-point games this year. He's averaging 30.8 points a game, 6.4 assists, 54% from the field, 37% from three, 87% from the free throw line. The guy is incredible, no question. And he's probably going to make first team All-NBA. Jalen Brunson's numbers, 27.5 points a game, 6.5 assists, so a few more assists, 47.8 points, percentage from the field, 39.9% from three, and 84% from the free throw line. Here's the deal. Shai Gilgeous, he's got them fighting for first. The Knicks can possibly get as high as 2. So, I mean, with 12 games left, we're going to see what happens. But if you ask me, Sam, I analyze. I'm going Jalen Brunson all day. Sorry. And here's why. Because Jalen Brunson, he shows up when it counts. Playoffs, that's when it matters. And a lot of people, Shai, you got to prove it. Jalen Brunson was in a Western Conference final. He was there. He gave the business to Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns and Chris Paul. He gave the business to, the Warriors. He fought and battled. They lost. But, he gave the business to Donovan Mitchell when he played against Utah. He gave the business to the Cleveland Cavaliers and Donovan Mitchell's this past playoff last year. He gave the business to the Miami Heat when everybody was saying that, Jimmy Butler was the best player in the series. Wrong. So Jalen Brunson is Broadway Brunson when it counts in the playoffs. And say what you will, Shai, I'm a fan, no question. Repping for Canada and everything. But I'm good. Jalen Brunson every day. Sorry, that's what it is. But we're going to see what happens. Like I said, Shai's going to be him for a long time. But I think the Knicks, Jalen Brunson, has proven it more when it counts. And for those people, and Stephen A. said, people were surprised. They didn't see this coming. I did. But, that's what that is. Now, folks, there's only 12 games left in the season. It's going to be really interesting to see where the seeds, where playoff seeding happens. The Knicks just beat the Nets today. And shout out to the Kings for doing the Knicks a favor and beating the Magic. So the Knicks are now, for those who are scoreboard watching and all, the Knicks right now are in 4th place. So we shall see what happens. Now, as we close with our By the Way segment, my bad, y'all. Had a few more, but as you can see, I'm under the weather. And the cold is, flu season is no joke. Congratulations to one Dusty May as he's agreed to a deal to become the next coach of the University of Michigan's men's basketball team. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm on most social media platforms, on Facebook at SamIAnalyze, on Instagram at SamIAnalyze, on the platform now formerly known as Le Twitter, at SamIAnalyze. Please like, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on to that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.